David Butler. Hiya, how you doing? Darren, thanks for coming in. Tim, and yes, I am live. Owl, how you doing, honey? I was really cheeky to jump on the back of Bob Moneybags live stream. I am just... Hello, beautiful. Hi, Anna. Chris, XRP, how you doing? HML, how are you? Jay's XRP. Is it all yours, Jay? Right, I'm just going in and just sharing out. If you could possibly go and share my stream, she says, looking for, oh, there it is. Live now. Oh, I think that's somebody at my back gate. Hold on a second. If you could share it for me, that would be lovely. Thank you, Donna. Okay, I've just gone live. Yes. We're now. Oh. Yes. Everything right? Yeah, okay. I just shared. I've literally just gone live. So, say hi to my sister. Who ran out rather quickly. Right. Hey Bob, how you doing? Tony, yes, I have absolutely fixed it, but I haven't been online for a while. David Butler says, hello, boo-boo sister. Oh, who's it, Tony? No, that's a guy called David Butler. Hello, Mr. Butler. Yes, I know. They're a good group. They're a good group. Right, so yeah, excuse the blowy hair and all that sort of stuff. It's blowing a gale here in Eastbourne at the moment, and it's yeah, weather's taking a turn for the worst. Definitely autumn on its way. So yeah, basically I was coming on today, and I don't want to be on long because obviously I've got my sister here and I made a start. She hasn't noticed yet. I'll have to go and get another bottle now. She's turned up. Yeah, so basically I've been talking to some people who have been at the Sibos. And basically there's been some feedback. How do I explain this? Okay, can't go into detail because obviously there's an awful lot that I can't get told. So basically, hi G-Man, how you doing? So basically I've been joining the dots on some stuff. Now, could be right, could be wrong. You've all just watched Bob Moneybags, and he's saying that, you know, we're building for a big pump up, possibly, if it follows the previous times and the way that the trading analysis is going. So, you know, it could well be. Yes, I know 2 hours is not long for me, Darren, but I do actually really need to get this over and done with in half an hour. I'm also doing a lot of, I've sold my house, so now I'm moving, so I've got an awful lot of stuff to do, and I haven't been able to do it until recently today. So I've got an awful lot of stuff to catch up on. So back to Sibos. I don't know whether you remember, but there was some information that was released on Twitter about the fact that there was a limitation for some of the banks or some of the people, financial institution using Ripple, to say that the limit was actually $25,000, I think, per transaction, so limited. So I could never work out, and you'll have to run with me on this one because I haven't actually verbally said this. I've just been thinking it through in my head. So I've been trying to work out why Ripple is only adding a couple of banks a month. You know, if it's going to be this big thing, where people are going to be using XRP for cross-border transactions, you know, for the bridge asset and everything that goes with it. Now, from what I can glean, when I first come into the space, which is only a year, so you know I'm fairly new to all of this, but from what I can glean, basically when I came into it, the space, the expectation was that XRP was signing up loads and loads and loads of banks, and when they reached a certain amount of banks, then they would go live on their XRapid and release so that the banks could actually use XRP to facilitate their payments. And also in the background, there's been this thing where they've sort of partnered up with R3, finished with their court case, but they've linked up with R3, and R3 are actually the bigger player, so they have more partners. So here's a thought for you, and it could be correct and it might not be. Hey RTB, how you doing? Ali G, you right, Anne? Crypto Pappy. So what if, and let me just throw it out there and let's have a discussion. What if Ripple are now going to concentrate on the remittance side of things? So the MoneyGram, the small amounts, the less than 25,000 per transactions. And what if R3 are concentrating on the banks and basically are going to do the larger transactions and will use Corda settlements and Ripple Net to do the cross-border side of things? Because having the conversation with somebody today, hi SW, when I came into the space, the actual transactions going through on a daily basis was a lot higher than what it is now. Now we've got MoneyGram, we've got many, at least 24 extra banks signed up. Some of them have gone live, some of them haven't, and we've got payment rails actually set up between to Malaysia and to Mexico from memory. So we've got all this different stuff, but the actual amount of transactions going through on a daily basis, the 24-hour, hasn't gone up. So how is that actually working? When I came into the space, XRP had just gone to number 2 because the amount of transactions and the amount of money going through on a 24-hour basis was a lot higher than what it is now. So is nobody else questioning that we're actually transacting less now with more partners at a time when the payment rails are open, the transactionals are good to go? MoneyGram have already come out and said that they are using it, but the amount of 24-hour transactions hasn't gone up, and obviously because of that the price of XRP has gone down. So I'm literally sitting here, and I'm not saying it's not going to go up, but I'm also listening to other people and what they're saying, and trying to join dots in my limited way that I have and my logical way of looking at it. So if we've got more partners, we've got less transactions. We've got more partners, we've got a lower price. And okay, Ripple have come out and said that they're not manipulating the price, but obviously somebody is. So as you say, RTB, I'm not even thinking 21 or 22. I'm thinking 5 years. Because I think that what they're doing is part of the settlement for R3 and Ripple is that they can't go into the same space. They can't compete with each other. So they've had to divide the space between them. And I think that the be all and end all of that court case is that Ripple are going to have to go for the lower end of the market, and R3 are going to go for the upper end of the market. And basically, that means that we are not going to get the transactional or the 24-hour through fare to push the price up exponentially for quite some time, because there has to be a lead-in time. I mean, I can't imagine that Ripple have actually stepped down and said, right, that the ballpark's all yours. We're not going to challenge you with the banks on the transactionals, and it's all yours forever. I don't think that would actually come into it. Chris XRP 2025. Yeah, I'm actually, do you know what? The more I think about it, the more it makes sense, and I will love to be proved wrong. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's so basically what I'm thinking is that basically we are going to be waiting a bit longer than what we expected. I think the bull run has to happen, and I think that maybe XRP will follow when the rest of the alts go up. And that's because it's expected to. I think they will let it, because it will shake a few hands out at the same time. Because I also don't think that now XRP as a bridge asset is really a retail product. So it's going more the likes of the institutional finance side of things. They can't change what they've done. The retail product is what got it going, and that will never change. But I don't think that we're going to see 10,000 XRP anytime in the next 5 years. And I think we'd be lucky. I think we'll hit $500, probably by the end of 2021. Because that's when the banks go live, and that's when Ripple, because Ripple is mentioned in that paperwork, but I think that Ripple is actually going to be RippleNet. I don't think it's going to be XRapid per se. So now I've dropped that bomb. Let me just have a scroll through. Yes, please hit that like and subscribe. I've got 13 thumbs up and 36 people in the chat right now. Let's have a look. Yeah, right, I've got back to that. So you've had a good old chinwag between yourselves. Oh, Anna, you're feeling down. Don't be down, hun. Don't be down. Life is way too short to be sad about anything. I allow myself to go down for a day, maybe 2 days. That's it, done deal. And then get on with life. And life is far too short to allow things to get to you that badly. Anna, beautiful. Specsavers, girl. Specsavers. Go and get your eyes tested. Oh Christ, we're up to. Okay. So Crypto Pappy thinks it's a good thought and very interesting. Anna wants Roy to give you a call when XRP moons. So that's what he was saying, 21, 22. What price is it that we would classify it as a moon? Now there's a question. Everyone says when moon, but at which price do we actually nominate to call it moon? Because nobody's ever told me what the moon target is. SW 2025, yeah, definitely. I think that if we can maintain our expectations on that, I think that would be better. The transactions are going up with the price of XRP. When XRP is 25 cents, they can do transactions of 25,000. At 50 cents XRP, they can do 50,000, but they now only follow the market. Yes, yeah, Tim, the 25 cents. It's one of those things that it's obviously going down for a reason, and I thought it was going to go down to allow for the next lot of investments to come in, because who did I see? There was a really good YouTube that explained how it works with the whales, and I'll think of it in a second. But what they were saying was that when the whales want to buy, what they do is they buy into XRP and drive the price down, and then buy loads of it. And then what they do is they pump it a little bit higher, switch it over into BTC, and then use the liquidity that BTC has to take the exit out. And then obviously dumping out the BTC dumps the price down. So that's where we are at the moment. Price is dumped. There's been an exit of an awful lot of BTC. And then what will happen is they will buy back in at the lower amount, and then there'll come a switch and they'll switch over to XRP. XRP will go up a bit, they'll dump XRP, bring the price down, or dump XRP, and the ultimate response of that is the price will go down. But they'll dump it into Bitcoin. And the guy that explained it did it a lot better than what I've just done it with you, but it makes sense. So no, RTB, not $50 by end of year. But I honestly think that when Ripple first started, I think that they were going for the banks. And I think that because a lot of the regulatory stuff has been sorted out in lots of different countries, especially like the beginning of next year with Holland coming on board. But USA haven't done it yet. And I think that until the USA does, then nothing's going to shift and nobody's going to be comfortable working with it. But after speaking to somebody who was at the Sibos, the discussions, XRP isn't even mentioned when they're talking on the banks and transactionals and faster payments and everything like that. XRP is not mentioned, and it should be mentioned. And these people were there waiting for mention of XRP and hoping to hear the word XRP, and it's not. And when people were asked about, what's happening with faster payment, are you using XRP as a bridge asset, everyone was retracing really quickly and not discussing. So yeah, it's the Polisher Global Reset 2020, just like Y2K. But not going to happen. The Global Reset, I don't know whether people have noticed, but the Global Reset is actually a recession. And we're supposed to have a recession every 9 to 10 years. And that is when monetary reset happens, because that is when, because you have the boom times and the prices go up, and then there has to be a reset and it comes back down again. Otherwise, it would just boom, 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 even out, boom, 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 even out through all recessions and boom. And it can't do that. You have to have the growth that happens in the boom years, and then you have to retrace and go back a bit. It never goes back to what it was the last time it went back. But that is a global reset, is a global recession. We don't usually have a global recession in all countries at the same time. And I think that's just basically what people have misinterpreted as the words global reset is just literally global recession. And yes, this recession is probably going to be harder than the last recession, but that was because we bought our way out with quantitative easing the world over. And then the recession that we had before that was 20 years before. So, we skipped a recession, and we were supposed to reset hard back in the 2007s, and we didn't. Governments didn't have the balls to do what they needed to do. They bought us out of it, and all they did was defer the problem. And this is what's happening. I mean, the banks have put us into huge amounts of debt. We've got quantitative easing, which devalues all currency. So basically, every time that there's quantitative easing, you're devaluing the currency anyway, which makes it feel even worse than it is. So governments need to pull their finger out their backside and just allow the money systems to work the way they need to work, because all this tampering that they do with it, as even if it's done with good thoughts about it, all they're doing is making it worse, because it will catch up at some point, you know. And we've got it at the moment. I mean, 2007, public opinion swayed the fact that the government went and delayed their austerity measures and kept on spending and put our debt up. Our national debt is higher than it's ever been, or as high as it's ever been. And it's really difficult, because we have to, people think with their own pockets, and they don't see the bigger picture. I mean, nobody does. It starts to hit you, you're screaming for something to change. But yeah, it's difficult, because that global reset is not a global reset as such. And this reset to digital currency is going to happen whether people want it or not. We're already working digitally. I still go into my bank account through my phone. I very rarely have cash in my purse. Everything's done electronically. I never see the physical cash, and it's not there. You know, there is no backing for fiscal money. So there's no need for there to be any accountability anyway. That probably needs to change. But in actual fact, we're pretty much a we're in a society where we use apps and banking apps and things like that to make payments. So we're already there, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's there's a currency set for the country, which is then classed as a digital currency. It doesn't matter, right? We're already there. We've been using it for years. There are people that don't ever touch cash because they don't need to. You just swipe your card, tap your card, Apple Pay, you know, all of these different, you know, tap your card on the machine. You don't even have to put your PIN number in anymore. You know, you go online, you're buying online, you're buying your Amazon. You don't go and take cash down to a travel agent, do you? You pay on your card. And we've actually got to a stage where, I mean, what I do is I pay on my credit card and then pay back my credit card. So we're already at digital currency, digital asset stage and digital transactional stage. So it's smoke and mirrors on that side of it. Tim says, we don't need to wait longer. The moment Ripple needs to deliver, they're going to let the banks use XRP. What makes XRP automatic go higher to meet the liquidity? I don't actually think that's going to be a thing, Tim. I honestly don't. I think that whatever way that they've been doing it, I think it's changed. In the last year, I think it's changed. And I put it down to the court case with R3. Because they were both competing for the same space, but they are both partnered with SBI. And I think SBI had a huge input on that side of it. $500 shite. I'm a billionaire. Annalise, yeah. SW, you're comfort eating. Shit's bad. No. Get the wine out. Wine. That's what you've got to do. That's what I'm doing. Comfort eating. Oh shit, I need to catch up with you. Look, you have been talking lots. Hold on, let me just, my live chat has just jumped to the bottom again. Moon equals $10, £10. Yeah, Justin, moon for me, £10, that would work. 2030, nah, I don't think we'll have to wait till 2030. $10 to $20 is moon, right? RTB agrees with that. XRP will never hit 3 digits. We will agree to disagree on that one because I still do. And Annalise George, I'm wearing my Specsavers already. G-Man, no, never say never, never. I mean, this is one, I think because the hype has got away from people, I think we need to bring our expectations back down to a reality. And I do the same thing. I mean, I've got plan A, B, C, D and all that sort of stuff, but plan A is always best case scenario. right? And that's what we tend to talk about. We always talk about best case scenario. We don't talk about worst case scenario because we don't want to think about the worst case scenario. You know, we'll deal with that when it comes, and that's human nature to do that. But I think that where we've got some new people that have come in, and their expectations is driven by our expectations, I think that we need to be a little bit more careful about, in fact, that's what Bob was saying, a little bit more careful about the hopium that we're putting out, because it's really nice to dream large and everything like that. And I think that we are going to beat an all-time high at some point with XRP, because that's what bull runs do. And we could go up to $10. You know, it could happen sometime next year. Whenever the bull run hits, it could happen this year. I don't think so. I think that the whole space is sort of tracks back into almost a bear market at the moment. I actually haven't seen much of a bull run, or maybe my expectations were maintained incorrectly. Bob Moneybags, good point. If we were to rank Moon in ordinal fashion, it would be nice. Moon, 40 cents. No, I bought at 41 pence, which is what, 50 cents. So it was that this time last year, because I've almost been in a year now. XRP will hit 3 digits, just don't know when. Yep, absolutely. Angel Connie, I can live on $20 per XRP Moon. Absolutely. Notorious. Now, anybody that hasn't watched any of Notorious's videos need to get their arse over there after I finished, of course, and start watching some of his amazing, epic videos that he puts through. They are, you want to feel good about life, XRP and everything else, you go watch his vids and subscribe, because you get, so if you can watch his premieres, which are generally about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, I have to say, Notorious, you know, it's not good for us UKers. And when I start working, it's going to be quite difficult. So go back to a Friday. But yeah, it's one of those things that if you want to feel good and secure about it, then what he does is he takes a video, a film, and he peppers it in with information that's actually come up pertinent to XRP. So it could be a part of a Garlinghouse's interview, that sort of stuff. He peppers it in and he builds it up, and it ends up in a crescendo. And at the end of it, you're going, why have you stopped? I want to see more. So keep it going, Notorious. You're amazing. King of Fun, I'm hoping for 18 cents XRP, I take it, or 18 pence. It was 18 pence here a couple of days ago. PuppyTube HD, what's up, crypto fam? Bless you. RJM, need more mainstream media coverage. Yes, we do. And you know what? When that happens, when you hear the word Ripple, XRP, faster payments on the BBC, then we've hit the big time. RTB, it won't hit 3 digits in 15 years. Oh, I think it will. But like I said, we'll agree to disagree. 17-cent XRP is coming. Yeah, it could well go down bearish on XRP. It definitely can do, and I still will never buy any XLM. Darcy B, how are you doing, Darcy? Chris says yes, but they said once utility kicks in, whales won't touch the price. Absolutely, absolutely. And what they're doing at the moment is they're manipulating to their heart's content while they still can, because when they can no longer, then they'll just cash out and play the markets the same way as the rest of us. Bob Moneybags, $100 end of yesterday. Yes, I wish. Alicia Lefevre. I can't remember how you said to say it. Sorry, honey. Hello, how are you doing? And yes, it's a flash sale at 18 cents or 18 pence. Internet of Value and Internet of, what's the T? £100. Yeah, I do believe it will go up. It will go up too. We will hit £100 at some point. but we're not going to do it anytime soon, I don't think. So, US are arseholes, the Congress are a joke. Yeah, I was watching it just before I went onto Bob Moneybags channel. And I have to say, I'm not impressed with the way that they do things. If you watch it, they're it's very cute the way that they're doing it. Because when you're watching these congressional hearings, what they're doing is they're peppering in a loaded question every now and then the rest of it is shit to bore the people so they don't watch it or they switch off. I'm sure, because it's just a lot of it is like non-applicable. I don't understand how they think that's doing their job, because I don't think it is. It doesn't clarify what the actual question is all about. Peter Convey, evening boo and all. Japan will be the catalyst, but we're not seeing Japan. We're not seeing SBI. SBI, the guy from SBI turned around and said, as soon as we switch on, you're going to see $50. It didn't happen. You know, that's it's either not switched on or it's not being logged as properly as it should be. I can't see that the transactionals going through reflects what the expectations are for the partnerships that they've got. It just doesn't make any sense. Maybe Libra will be catalyst. Libra is the catalyst in the way that it's got all of the countries running scared. But basically, I can't see that Libra is going to do much at all, except I don't believe it is. There's been some really good on last Saturday, when we did a meetup in Northampton, 9 people sitting around the table, all of us were throwing in our ideas on how things were working and how things were going to go. And basically it was a really interesting discussion. It was very it was a long day. It started at midday when the first lot got there. And I got to say, we could have gone longer. I mean, they chucked us out the pub at 12:15. And there was, 4 of us left at the end of it. And we were still talking. We're still talking XRP and crypto. So yeah, my next meet is going to be probably towards the end of October. And probably I am going to go for Surrey area, I think, or maybe a little bit further this way a little bit. But I need to have a look at some hotels and prices and that, because obviously the closer I get towards London, the more expensive it gets. So XRP chance of a lifetime. I've heard of a few people selling their XRP into a stable coin and wait until the price goes down to get a larger bag. Dangerous game, because the price could go higher instead. Result, smaller bag. Which is why you have to decide on how you're going to do things. Bob Terman said, when it goes up, sell 25%, expecting it to go down. 75% is sitting in there in case it doesn't. And I think that's a really good way of doing it. I think it's going to go. I think it's got some going down to do first before it does go up. And even if it does go up, it will still come back down. I can't see that it's going to go up and stay up. It's not ready yet. They're not ready yet. You know, the Ripple are very backwards in coming forwards about the stuff that's going on, which tells me they're nowhere near. And he's still saying that we're at a crawl. You know, we've passed the start line, but you know, we're in the first mile. Tim Booge, they just follow the crypto flow now, and XRP is still tight to BTC. When the rails liquidity is right, they not pump the price, but will let all transactions go through. Yeah, but the fact is that the transactions are supposed to be going through now, and they're not. So MoneyGram is using XRP 100%, and I haven't seen an increase. It's not gone up and stayed up. Bearish on XRP. Libra, the New World Order coin, where if Big Brother don't like what you post on Facebook, they make it so you can no longer buy or sell as per the Bible. There you go. Well, people that they've chucked off of the Facebook are not going to be able to do it anyway. So it's not there for everyone, and that's the problem. The problem is they will have control over who has access, which is ridiculous. No company should have that. Jay's XRP, the faster payments was supposed to be 2020. They are saying 2023 and have not even started setting up the RTGS yet in the US. The RTGS2 is supposed to be coming out by 2022, I think. But the faster payments need to be in by November 2021. So what they're going to do, add-ons to the RTGS system that they've got in the UK at the moment? Just saying. Chris XRP, I'm sick of hearing about their bullshit. The US dollar is the biggest drug currency, and they have the cheek to say digital currency is a problem. Bless. It's yeah. It's not. The thing is, they will use anything and everything that they can to try and put people off, because they don't want people buying into cryptocurrency. They want complete control. They want the prices up before people get a chance to come into this investment. And because the amount of people that could get in, even on the lower levels, even that little bit of money that you can make, I don't know, buying Ethereum or Litecoin or Link, even, you know, a couple of quid, and then watch it go up. You know, then the investment that they get gives them money and gets them out of debt, and the control that they have is through the debt that we get. So yeah, they lose control. So they don't want the normal people to have access to this. We're lucky, you know. We're not just pioneers. We are new to this. We're new to something that hasn't actually really found its legs yet, and the fact that we're in on this level is amazing. But they don't want Joe Bloggs on the street and everybody knowing about it, so they can all get in. The USD runs on petrodollar. Most oil rigs worldwide use this, except for Russia, China, and Iran. Yeah. Well, with all this stuff that's coming out about climate change, which is all bullshit anyway, but the climate change shit that they're coming out with to try and as an excuse to tax us even more, at no point is anyone actually turning around saying, do you know what, Shell or BP, you know those patents that you've got that you bought off the people that managed to run cars on water or solar or whatever it is that they've got, that they bought the patent for and then buried it? You know, they're not clamoring for these companies to release it, and until they do, I will not acknowledge that there is even a problem with climate change, because until governments step in and turn around and say, do you know what, we know you've got that, you need to let it go now, you know, and literally make these firms do what they need to do, then I'm not going to take it seriously. It's just an excuse to charge us more, and an excuse for yet another stealth tax on our earnings. So it's and bearish on XRP. That's why we want war with Iran for the attacks. Do you know what? The one thing I was reminded on yesterday, the reason that they want war is because legally your government cannot charge you tax unless they are at war. Tax is only a legal thing to pay for wartime. And if we're not in war, they're not allowed to charge us tax. Look it up. It's quite illuminating. Peter Convey, boo, this Fed injection of money, surely something's got to go off soon. It's going to devalue the dollar. World War III will stop the need to change the economy. World War III is never going to happen. We've gone beyond that side of it. You can have a bit of civil unrest. You can have a country posturing like they do, you know, with the Israel and Palestine, but there's no real World War III going to come out of that. World War III is endgame, and that's never going to happen. We'll have a few tussles even in the meantime. And, you know, there's going to be some posturing, but nobody's stupid enough to start World War III, because nobody survives that. SS999 Brandon, if you think you will make it, just hodl. You will make it, just hodl. You better rethink and start learning how to play. Yeah, that's a way of losing a lot of money for the people like me that has no comprehension of how to do the trade stuff. So and I've got no interest in it, so I'm happy to hold it. Tim, at this moment the liquidity is not suitable yet. If they let all the transactions go through, the price would spike to $50,000 with a decline afterwards, and that's what they don't want. Absolutely. Chris, why are you deleting all the messages from the catch? It's not a problem. The reason that he keeps putting it up is because he's not realised that it's being deleted, I think. If everyone took out £100 all at the same time, the banks would not be able to cope. Yeah, absolutely. They don't have the money to cover everything they've done. They also don't have the money to cover all the loans that they've given out, because you ask for a loan, they haven't got. You ask for a 10 grand loan, they'll give it to you based on your standing, but they haven't got 10 grand there to lend it to you. It's not like it's backed by anything that's tangible. So they get double whammy. They lend you the money, you pay it back. It's like a form of money laundering, and that's what the banks are doing. They're getting you to qualify, and then it goes on their books. So in actual fact, they're increasing their value by lending you non-existent money that you're going out and spending in a non-existent way, because it's all done electronically, and then you're paying it back. And basically what you're doing by paying it back is called layering, is quantifying the loan that they've given you, so they get the loan back plus the interest, so their ledger goes up at a time when they didn't have it to lend you in the first place. Am I buying at 18 pence? King of Fun, I would if I had any money, and when I have money, yes I will. Chris beat me to it. Good looking honky. Oh, hello, that's a really good name. Thank you for the great stream. Yeah, I can read that one. Money bags, I'm late. What's the bottom line? The bottom line is that basically I don't think that Ripple is working the same way as everybody thinks that they're working. But you'll need to go back and watch the first 15 minutes. Honestly, it will be quite illuminating, and I couldn't put that in 2 sentences. John DeWeese, XRP Boo Boo, you are speaking the truth. Thank you. I try and just put stuff together based on what I'm seeing. So I don't see everything, so what I am talking about might not be the full picture, but I'm hoping it actually makes sense. Tim Booch, yeah, I've subscribed Notorious XRP. Thank you very much. Twiggy, how are you doing, honey? Yes, that's my mate in Portugal. I'm going to go and see him when I move out there. 3 digits doesn't make any sense. All these theories where I can get to 3, 4, or 5 digits in La La Land calculations and explanations. Actually, no, it's not. Go in and do there is a calculator, XRP calculator, that's been set up by somebody that works for Ripple, along with some professor for one of the big colleges in America. Birmingham is cheaper. Boo Boo, explain 1.4 billion in volume, but price drops. Can't. Hold on, it jumped down. I'm really far back. Thank you, Boo Boo. New video coming out. Stay tuned. In XRP we trust. Yes, we do. In Notorious XRP we trust. Let me just go back and find where it is. Alicia, yes, you love your wine. Wine is the drink of the gods. And there's Boo, can you give me my wrench in case I need to block some people? It's all right, I've got enough people in here at the moment. In fact, I've got probably more people who are wrenched than not. And Roey's in the house. Roey is works for Bitrue, and we are blessed by your presence, Roey. Good guy. Guillermo Perez, if they've been planning this since 1988 and the 2008 market crash, don't you think they've been holding us with technology? I agree with you 100%. You need to go in and have a look at SPQR. I shared it the other day. They did Liberty. It's called Liberty something. It's a 2-part, and it's really good. Basically, it highlights the fact that there was a company back in the was it the late 90s or mid 2000s, I can't remember which, that were doing cross-border transactions in 5 seconds. And then I think they were based in Sweden or somewhere like that, and then they got arrested by the FBI and put into prison. And then all of a sudden, Ripple comes up with. So I think that they took the idea of it, rewrote the programs, brought it up to basic scratch, so that they had the monopoly. Which, if you want to go into conspiracy theories, close your ears, RTB. Then basically they were ahead of the game and shouldn't have been, which is why they were shut down. So, Roey, I sold all my vet to buy more BTR. Ah, right, okay. I will take that as a hint. Before the lending service. Good point. Good point. Right, so let me go back down, because now I've caught up to a certain point. Guillermo Perez. XRP will moon by December 2020. It'll be overnight, waiting for our financial bank to pump reserves into XRP and could surpass Bitcoin. I would like, yes, that would be nice. Lammy J, we had BBC and company talking about it in 2017. Need that again. Okay, I might have to go and look that up, because I wasn't around in 2017. So, in fact, I don't watch TV, so I wouldn't have watched it anyway. GNZ 1986, FAC 17-cent XRP, and I'm broke. So am I. I managed to scrape together 50 quid. That was about as far as I could go. But it's a case of anything you can do at this level is obviously going to be good, because it drives down your pound cost averaging at the same time. Lammy J, our system is so much more fun than the American system. The Commons is like, have I got news for you? It's embarrassing, right? The people, the MPs in Parliament should be embarrassed about how we look to the rest of the world with the way that they handle themselves, what they say. I mean, even down to, you know, the jeering. I mean, school kids. It's like watching school children. It's embarrassing. These are grown people supposedly running our country. Well, actually, they're not running our country, because the running of the country actually comes from Brussels. Why we're paying these people while we're still in the EU, I've got no idea. Because in actual fact, we're actually being run by a whole load of people from the EU, so we could actually save ourselves their wages, and that would actually incentivize them to get us out quick, wouldn't it? Just saying. So, Money Talk and Facebook have a lot of those. Money Talk and Facebook. No, I missed that one because I'm too far away. Let me catch up. How many years till Ripple ready? I reckon 5. Angie, hello, beautiful. How you doing? Only 12 to 15 banks are using. We need 25 to 40 banks to be using XRP. I actually don't think that is going to make much difference in the short term. I think that R3 is going to mop up the banks in the short term and use Corda and the RippleNet. Tina, Paul, how you doing? And you are the beautiful one. Thank you very much, Mrs. Everything is linked to BTC, whether we like it or not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The we keep saying that it's, you know, the decoupling is coming, or maybe it's decoupled, and it never does. So when it does, I think it's going to be quite a marked change that we'll see it, and we will. It won't be speculation. We'll know for a fact that it's decoupled at that point. Vidjaz6 liked and subscribed. Thank you very much. Hopefully that is notorious. But yeah, and me, please. Could we have some more likes, please? 56 people in the room, 32 thumbs up. Even if you put me a thumbs down, it all counts. 33 thumbs up. Thank you very much. UK so far ahead the US regarding RTGS. Yes, it is. In fact, our banks are more ahead than even I thought, speaking to people. And that's going to be an amazing thing. Absolutely amazing thing. UK so far ahead of the US regarding RTGS. Yes, I've got that one, sorry. That's because Donald said he doesn't like crypto. Donald Trump's son-in-law is like a whale on crypto. Of course he likes crypto. He's just not letting people know. Annalise, I missed the interactions on the live stream. Tina, Connie, and AJ, and everyone else, too many to mention. And that's why I do it. That's the reason I do it. It's to bring everybody in, and I can read out, because there's deaf people that listen to this as well. So if I'm reading out, then they get to be part of the community and listen to what everybody's saying at the same time, as well as listening to my voice drone on and on and on. Alicia, I wish the US wouldn't drag their feet on all of this. It's very frustrating. I think there's a game plan there. I can't work out what it is, and when I do, I'll let you know. But in 5 days, MoneyGram will ramp up the payments through XRP quarter 4. MoneyGram already told us. I'm really excited what's coming. I set my expectations low on XRP price, but I'd like to see what really happens. Absolutely, Tim. The thing is, they're going to ramp up their payment for gradually, so don't expect it to go massive amounts of transactionals going through. From the 1st of October, it's going to be sort of working its way through October, November, and December. And then I suppose, I'm assuming, that means that MoneyGram will be totally open and utilising XRP on everything that it can. But they don't have the amount of links and partners for the liquidity that we need. And I'm still looking towards Western Union for that one, because Western Union is massive. But if Western Union are linking with Barclaycard and R3, and then MoneyGram are linking with Visa and Ripple, it's going to cover both bases. But the quarter settlements would be done on RippleNet, so that's only the bridging asset, whereas MoneyGram is going to use XRP as a settlement asset. That's the way that I understand it. I could be completely wrong, but that's the way I've read it. So, last patent I had was at Royal Ascot. Zoom call sounds good. Yeah, we're overdue for that one, girls. Free energy exists. Look up Dr. Stephen Greer. Is that the one in the painting where it's an everlasting magnet? If it is, then yeah, I know about that one. Just haven't actually worked out how to do it myself yet. Tim, I hope MoneyGram is right about it. They publicly stated significant, so we will see. Absolutely. Andreas Hilborg, hi from Sweden. I just can't wait for regulatory clearance sets in. It's exciting to see what happens. Yes, it is. Angie is trying to buy the dips on Bitrue, and the bank blocked his account. Blocked your account. Bye banks. Preload up a credit card, or do it on credit card and then do it, pass it through, or transfer the money over to Bittrex, because it's free to transfer money into them, and then buy on Bittrex and then transfer over to Bitrue. There's an idea. Bitra are very expensive. No, what they do is they charge you 3.5%, which is what they pay for credit card fees. But wait and see what happens when the on and off ramps come in, because if they're going to be following the best in the market, then there's a good possibility they might, and I'm not saying they will, I don't know, they might actually have it free to move your money into them, because there's a couple of on-ramps to a couple of the different larger exchanges where it doesn't cost you a penny to send the money from your bank account to theirs, and then once the credit is in there, then you can go and buy. So yeah, that's a really good way of doing it, and since I put that spreadsheet together, it's something that I'm referring a lot more to. Justin, we came very close to World War III several times in the past. Close, but we never actually got there, which is brilliant. Chris was right with deleting. Okay, fair enough. And USA has no choice but to fool the sheep or lose, or a new world economy. Hold on. Yes, Kushner, Jared Kushner, Matt LaRoche. How you doing, hon? Welcome in. It just jumped again. SW. Lots of trolls. Bots are stalking me now. I'm famous. No. Owen Anonymous. I think he's been in before. Trolls are. It's the first time I've been trolled. There you go. I feel important now. David Webb, Liberty Reserve out of Puerto Rico. Yes, Matt LaRoche. Yeah, Liberty Reserve. Go and watch the SPQR. If you watch there's 2 parts. Honestly, it's going to open your eyes. It's one of those things that makes you realise where it's all come from. No thumbs down, please. Oh, please. 47 likes, 55. Puppy Tube. Oh, where in the UK are you from, Boo Boo? I'm Southampton. Oh, Southampton. I'm in Eastbourne. So I was in Northampton last weekend, and I'm doing 1 meet a month in the UK. So I'm going to bring it closer to home next month, because I start my new job next week. So I'm going to be getting to grips with doing a 9 to 5 again, 5 days a week. But yeah, I'm going to do a meeting. Probably, I'm looking probably to Surrey, but the outskirts of Surrey, somewhere nice and green. But yeah, Southampton, that's another one. I'm also going to try and do a crypto seminar in Portsmouth, hopefully before the end of the year. And that's going to be ticketed, and that will be for people that don't know anything about crypto and want to learn some more, or learn some about it. YP Schwartzy, how you doing, YP? Hey, Boo Boo, saying hi, watching on my TV, but not logged in there. Oh, thanks, honey. Buona night, Jack Mehoffen. Who's that guy looking at the window? You always do that to me. There's no guy looking at the window, but my sister's sitting on the stairs, waiting for me to finish so we can catch up. So, logging off my phone, but watching on my TV. Well, YP, love you lots, honey. Renee Hoogman, hi from Holland. How are you doing, Renee? Invest in Chainlink, Oliver Lewis. Yeah, I've got some Chainlink. Patsy Green, hi Misfits. Yeah, well, we're the best. We are the best. Bearish, you should write a book, fiction, of course. Bye. G-Man, remember, they've said from the beginning, 3 to 5 years, we're in our 2nd year, hodl strong. I'm not a fiduciary or a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I've worked in financial services for 32 years, but I cannot give advice. That's all I'm going to say. Is Swift with Earthport and Ripple with Earthport, so they can say we will not go with Ripple, only XRP? Is that possible? Yeah, basically the way it works is if you use Ripple, XRapid or XCurrent, you've got the option to use XRP. If you use XRapid, you are only using XRP. If you're using R3, then they use the Ripple net, so you will be using XRP. So Swift are saving face by using R3 instead of Ripple, because they said that they wouldn't use Ripple and it didn't benefit them. So what they're going to do is they're going to use R3 to access the faster payments, but RippleNet uses XRP, but it's just not direct usage. You see, the GLA consists of billions of people that oppose the current bullshit economic system, as well as the need to obey fags in power, saying a person they do not agree with is the enemy. That's standard government stuff, unfortunately. There is on XRP. Here's the fact: New World Order has far less power than they want now. Yes, they do, and that's because I think personally that people like Trump are patriots. Don Rasmussen, you remind me of the female Simon. Is that Simon from the Love for Crypto group, Telegram group? Agenda 21 Codex Elementaris, get familiar with it as it may be the next target. Okay, maybe. Right, so thumbs down for CKJ and Brad Kimes. There's no, Brad Kimes wouldn't thumbs down me. I love Brad Kimes. I think he's an amazing man. CKJ, yeah, maybe. Do I give a shit? Nah. October is when the US economy goes into free fall if nothing happens, as the debt ceiling was not risen and can no longer be risen. Okay. Danny Torres, great to dream, boo boo. I love hearing your insights. Thanks, honey. The question is, what coin? BTC, XRP, or XLM? You had to get XLM in there somewhere, didn't you, Bearish, on XRP? Always. XRP chance for a lifetime. Do you think that XRP will be the global reserve currency? I think that XRP is going to be the bridge currency. I don't think it can do both. I think they're going to, if all countries are going to set up their own stable coin, digital currency, then why wouldn't the IMF set up their own digital reserve currency? Possibly, don't know. I collect Simon voice messages and Matt LaRoche. I love listening to Simon. He's amazing. The amount of information that he gives over is fantastic. Renee, I understood that correctly. Thanks. You are welcome. Bearish, here's the thing. Russia and China are done with USA printing unbacked money. Yeah, they are. Everybody's going against the US because it's detrimental to their own currency at the moment. The dollar is too strong, so it's affecting. D, I think so, at Roy. That'd be RTB. Grey Man, the debt ceiling could be raised. However, I don't think Trump will do it. No, I think Trump's got the balls to do what needs to be done, and there has to be a stop to this ever-growing debt, and I think he realises it. And basically, like somebody said a while ago, you know, Trump is fantastic at dealing with when companies go into bankruptcy, and basically he's been brought in to deal with the bankruptcy of the US, I think, personally. I would love everyone to be XRP today if possible, as we would all become rich. Yeah, absolutely. Simon messages are good for a rainy day pickup. Yes, it is. Yes, he is. His insights are fantastic, and I look forward to listening to his. I just pressed play at the beginning of the Telegram where I've got, like, I don't know, 1,200 messages since the last time I logged in, because the Love for Crypto group is prolific when they do their chats. It's even worse than Investment Perspectives, and that's bad enough. But yeah, so I love Simon. Is amazing, but they're all amazing in their own little way. Everybody has their own little niche. You know, from Sincerely George to Bob Moneybags to, you know, I'm not even going to run through them because there's too many. but I try and catch at least one every now and then. I was listening to Dusty earlier, you know, and he was doing he was explaining it really, really well. So, Crazy Kid Studio, I love your accent. Say TV. TV. Right, so N Herb, price prediction for end of year and beyond. Don't listen to Shaunus. You in here, Shaunus, my mate? Catch you later, brother. I'm not going to do end of year and beyond. I think that we will hit $500 by November 2021. I would like to see $1 by the end of this year, but I doubt it very much. I think we might go back up to 80 cents, but not guaranteed. I can't see it. I can't see it unless those payment routes go right up. I can't see it. Angie, thanks for coming in, honey. I am just about to sign off now because I've been going for an hour and 6 minutes. So short one today. Thank you. RTB. Of course, Trump wants to raise the debt ceiling. The money is already spent and he wants to spend more. Yeah, okay. Right. Whatever. Speak to the hand because the face ain't listening. Right. So I'm going to leave it there because I want to take my sip of wine and I will catch you all later. Hopefully this was of some benefit and has got you thinking. Manage your expectations. Please go and share the stream and put some feedback on there when you share the stream, just to let people know that I'm here. I'm now trying to build up. I've got my 1,000, so I can go live on my mobile now. So I'm just now trying to build out from there. We had a bet. I know, $50 by the end of the year, but you didn't set it. You refused to set it. So Berish says, remember the Simpsons episode of Bart to the Future, how it mentioned the Trump administration bankrupt America before Lisa Simpson became the president? Yeah, I think some people had an idea of what was going to go on. I had a really good look at some of their little things, because they do tend to call it before it happens a lot. Bart to the Future. It's funny. You didn't tell me what you said. So yeah. Okay, well, DM me, tell me. If I have to, then I will. But we've got until the 31st of December. You never know. These New World Order Freemasons show us the damn plans. Yeah, I'll ask him next time I see him. I will have a glass for you, Tony. So I'm going to say good night. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the world. And stay safe. Take care. See you later. Bye.